This is the place where I grew up. This is exit 9, New Brunswick, New Jersey. Many people who come to New Brunswick only come here because of Rutgers. They call New Brunswick the Bruns or New Brunny and think it's a place riddled with crime. But to me, it's a place full of stories. A lot of students that come here are afraid to walk past Easton Ave. I can't get away from Livingston Ave. I used to walk down these streets every day after middle school, whatever weather. I didn't want to take the bus. The kids who grew up here are mean. I remember walking home from school with a book in my hand. And I don't remember which book it was, but I remember a lot of the popular kids at the time would laugh at me because the book was all black. They called me Bible Boy. After school, this kid was running down the avenue and he fell and broke his knee in front of the Food Universe, or the Food Town as we used to call it. A bunch of 8th graders were around and they saw what happened and they quickly rushed to help us. He had to go to the hospital and get that leg fixed. Afterwards, he told me that he was really appreciative of my help. And he told his mom to name his baby brother after me. Delavan Street was my first home. I still dream about this place. It was built in 1920. I think about walking up to the steps, knocking on the door and asking if I could go look at the house one more time. I dreamed about buying it, but the pipes were rotting, the wood was rotting, the house was rotting. It was too much for my mom to take care of. So she just stopped paying the bills. One time, when my cousin and I were riding our bikes up and down the street, a few of the neighborhood kids would throw stones at us. One time I was held down by a big kid named Kevin, and he grabbed my DS out of my hand and threw it. I had my first cat here. His name was Isaac. I named him that because he had one eye, and it sounded a lot like Isaac. I thought it was pretty clever. We rescued him from the streets when he was a kitten. He was a really hissy cat. One time while riding my bike, I watched him get hit by a car. It was the worst day of my life. I cried so hard. We buried it in the backyard. That little lump of dirt. I wonder if it's still there. That's Miss Sevilla's house. I don't know if she still lives there. That's my neighbor Alex's cousin's house. I don't know if he still lives there. Los vecinos is what we used to call the corner store people. They were good friends with my grandma. I made friends with this kid once. I don't remember his name, but I remember he was the first kid I ever met with green eyes. He was a really nice guy. I let him into the house once. My parents wouldn't let me take him past the hallway, so we would just sit there and play DS games. I lost my copy of Pokemon Platinum once, and I think he took it, but I don't know how. Sometimes we would go to Joyce Kilmer Park and look at all the witches there. It would be nighttime, and my cousin and I would sneak out. My grandma would tell us that the witches will hold their black masses there at night and sacrifice little children. We wanted to see it for ourselves, so one time we went past the swings into the field, and we saw a circle of them in black robes. We never ran so quick. One time after school, I was sitting on the swings, talking to a classmate. I was 13 and I recently got into atheism, and I was really vocal about it. This is the first time a kid told me I would burn in hell. Boyd Park. My teenage years, I spent it here. I would walk here after my summer program at Rutgers. In high school, my friend took me here to Boyd Park one time. He taught me how to play CeeLo with a bunch of our other friends, and we sat by the docks and watched the sun go down. My friend says his classmate drowned in the river once. They said they found his body, inflated like a balloon. Sometimes when I'm on the Rutgers buses, I look at the people around me and I think, you guys don't know anything about New Brunswick, nothing about the culture. You call it the Bruns, but I see you guys as invaders, just here to help the gentrification that's taking over the city.
Another